Have you ever thought about starting your own podcast? It's so easy with Anchor.
Anchor is a one-stop shop for recording, hosting, and distributing your podcast. Best of all, it's 100% free and ridiculously easy to use.
And now, Anchor can match you with great sponsors who want to advertise on your podcast. That means you can get paid to podcast right away. In fact, that's what we're doing right now by reading this ad. We struggled to find the right way to distribute our podcast, and Anchor made it quick, easy, and free. We're on platforms we had never heard of, and that's all thanks to Anchor doing the hard work.
So, if you have been thinking about starting your own podcast, head on over to anchor.fm/start. That's anchor.fm/start. Hello, everybody. Here we are with another episode of Spilling the Mad Tea, but this week we're going to be spilling the tea on one of our very own, Stephanie.
Oh, hey.
We're going to be spilling the Steffa tea.
Oh, doesn't that sound tasty? Brew me up a cup of that.
February, well, when you hear this, February will be here, but her birthday is in February, so just as we did Katie's episode, we are going to celebrate all the things Stephanie. So,
And we hope you're having a great time in Japan, because you will be in Japan when this episode comes out.
right?
Ya bitch.
Happy birthday.
You were all invited. It may have been last minute, but you were all invited.
That's true.
And we're all poor.
That's also true.
You know, if you just move home and live with your parents, you can do a lot more.
Not wrong.
Cardinal.
Not wrong, but my mental state is so much better.
Yeah.
Okay, well, here we go. We're going to ask like a series of questions that we have kind of come up with and searched the internet for.
And Stephanie has not seen these questions.
Yeah, we made sure Stephanie did not see these questions, so this girl is put way on the spot.
Mm-hmm.
We're all going to learn a little bit about Stephanie today.
Yeah.
Even us.
I think so.
Because these are some out there questions. Some of
Okay.
them.
Woo, woo, woo.
Bring it
Are you
on.
ready?
No.
Hey.
But let's do this.
First question, Stephanie. What do you do when you're not working?
Oh, I watch a whole lot of television. Like a disgusting amount of television. Like I have an app that helps me keep track of how much television I watch. And it even tells me how many hours of my life I have spent watching television.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah. You want to know?
Oh, yeah.
Can
I
we
don't
know?
need that.
Can we know how
Sure.
many hours you've spent?
8 months, 8 days, and 20 hours of my life have been spent
Wow.
watching television.
Nice.
I have watched 8,800 episodes.
Wow.
To be fair,
That is beautiful.
That's impressive.
when you are working, you're not just like clocking in for a 9 to 5. So like,
Yeah.
that balances out.
Yeah.
It's gross, but you know, it's how I like decompress. Because I feel like at work,
yeah.
I'm just like you're giving so much of yourself to other people, and I'm an introvert, and so it's like exhausting for me. So when I get home, I just want to do nothing, talk to no one, and like escape into somebody else's world. So TV does that for me.
So, Stephanie,
Yes.
did you choose your profession or did it choose you?
I think it chose me. I left college and I moved home, and I was kind of at a loss for what I wanted to do. And I thought, well, I know I want to travel the world. I've always just thought like this world has so many amazing places and people in it. I feel like I need to spend my time seeing as much of it as I can. So I started looking into jobs that would allow me to travel. And the first one I came across was working for a cruise line. And I thought, wow, that is great, because you don't have any expenses if you work on a cruise line, because they pay for your room and board. They feed you. So the only thing you're spending money on is like if you have the day off and you can go ashore and like buy a coffee at Starbucks. is basically all you're paying for. So like this would be a great way to like pay off my student loans real quick. Like you do this for like a couple months at a time, and if I do it for like a couple of years, like I could pay my student loans off in a minute. So I applied for a bunch of cruise lines. None of them called me back. But like they also weren't hiring for like entry level positions when I was looking. They were like looking for chefs and like childcare services, which I wasn't crazy about doing. And like so I would think I was applying for jobs that I like wasn't qualified for. And then I started applying for airlines, and my company like called me up right away and invited me down for an interview, and I got the job that day and did not know what I was getting myself into, but people at the interview were like crying, and I was like, oh, okay, I guess this is like a big deal. Then went home and did my research and was like, okay, I guess I'll go take a drug test. And so that's how it happened. So yeah, I think it found me, because
the airline chooses the flight
yeah.
attendant, Mr. Potter.
Also, I think I came at a good time because a lot of the people hired my year had Disney on their resume. And somebody told me if you had Disney on your resume, you like automatically got a face-to-face interview. Nice. So I think it all just kind of happened serendipitously.
Nice. So, what would you do if you won the lottery?
Ooh, I think I would. My aunt always said she would like buy properties all over the world. And I think that's a really cool idea. Like buy a little house in the Philippines, buy a little house up in Alaska, buy a little house like in Kenya, and just like spend your time traveling between all your different little places. And I always thought that was a cool idea. So I'd probably like buy myself a home here in New Jersey, because that's currently what I'm saving to do. So if I had $1 million and won the lottery, that'd be great. That'd make that easier. But then I'd also probably like invest in properties all over the place.
New Jersey, Arizona, Georgia.
Yeah, exactly.
Orlando.
Yeah, mm-hmm.
Yeah, Orlando.
Yeah.
The important places.
Yeah.
I like that plan. So what is your favorite book to read?
Like to read, like over and over again, or like that I've ever read.
I would say that you've ever read.
Yeah, let's say your favorite book, full stop. What's your favorite book?
I haven't read it in a really long time, but I remember after reading it, I remember thinking A Prayer for Owen Meany was my favorite.
I'd never heard of that.
Have you ever seen, we had to read it for school, and I was like, I hated reading books for school, but that one I really liked.
What makes you laugh the most?
Probably my niece and nephew. They are characters. And I think like whenever I'm around them, we are laughing about something new. Like laundry.
And I think, yeah, like laundry. I think I already know the answer to this one, but I'm going to ask anyway. Cold weather vacation or hot weather vacation?
Hot.
I knew it.
I hate being cold. Like when I get cold, I get like cold down to my bones, and there's like no shaking it. And I would much rather be dripping in sweat than like the slightest bit cold. Ugh. Contrary to popular opinion.
Yeah, I am the same way. So what's your favorite holiday?
Probably Christmas. But Halloween is a close second. But probably Christmas.
You said probably Christmas.
Yeah. Like I think I love spending time with my family. I love giving presents. I feel like that's how I like show my love.
You have a badass Christmas Eve dinner too. I mean,
Yeah.
I'd probably like Christmas the best if I had food like that.
I think, yeah, like Christmas Eve has always been, like we celebrate it in a very like Polish way. Not like as much as like we could. But I think it's nice to like reflect on like where our families come from. Like my grandparents were immigrants. And so that's always been like a really important part of our upbringing, to like pay respect to what they had to go through to give us the life we have. And so Christmas Eve is like a nice time to do that as we celebrate like Polish traditions, but also like spend time with our family and being grateful for everything we have. And there's a tradition, like, have you ever had like the Eucharist or host at like church for like communion? It's like the little thin wafery thing.
Oh, the Jesus.
The what? Cheese it?
Cheese it. A Jesus cheese it.
Sure.
I thought you
Jesus
said
brand.
the Jesus.
The cheese it.
Yeah, so we get like a
Cheese it. I just now realized you said cheese it. I thought she was saying Jesus too. Yeah, the Jesus.
The Jesus cheese it. It's a Jesus it.
love that. Exactly. So we get like a big sheet of it, and it's called a płatek. And you go around to like every member in your family, and as you break pieces off of each other's sheets, you wish them something good for the next year. And I hated it as a kid because everyone would be like, I wish you get good grades. And you're like, great, everybody's counting on me to get good grades. And you had to be like, okay, like aunt or uncle, let me think of something that you need for the next year. And it basically would be like, I wish you health and happiness. But it's like nice to like, looking back on it, it's like a really nice way to like thank everyone who's important to you and like all share.
Your Christmas
Like a
sounds
moment
lovely.
together.
Mine,
Right?
mine
Yeah.
is just like, give me the presents. I want the presents. Let's watch a movie and eat some food. Like,
Literally.
that sounds nice.
Yeah.
I might like Christmas a little
very
bit better if it was
stressed.
Yeah,
like
you
that.
guys should all come. But I also like really love the idea of Halloween and that it's kind of like the anti-holiday, and you like celebrate things weird, and like I just think it's really cool.
Yeah.
And mostly I like it when we're at Kelly's house. What was the last book that you read?
I read like half of Practical Magic and then like renewed it 3 times and never finished it and just turned it into the library like yesterday because I was like on our last episode we talked about how I was in a Star Wars vortex and I did not get to finish the book. There was just no time for Star Wars and Practical Magic. But before that, I don't know what the last book I read was. I don't remember.
That's a good answer, though. I mean, it was technically the last book.
Yeah, it was the last book I opened and read words on the page for. Sure.
Yeah.
Practical Magic. Incomplete as it was.
Since you're the queen of TV shows, what are your favorite TV shows?
Woo-hoo-hoo! I can't wait.
I really love Parks and Rec. I think
Oh, yeah.
it's brilliant. And also Ron Swanson is like a satirized version of my father. And I just think it's like every time I watch the show, I'm like, oh, this is so funny. Just like every episode is very funny. I love The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. It's like so smart and witty and like the costuming is so good. They really put you in that era, but it's so you have like this like strong female character. I love it. It's just I love everything about it. It's brilliant.
It's on the list.
I feel like there's more. I have to go check my list. What else do I watch?
So what is one thing, I really like this question.
Yeah.
What is one thing you're glad you tried but would never do again?
This could be anything, too. This could be, like...
I thought of something that I
Axe.
could answer, but this is not my birthday episode, so I'm not going to answer.
Damn, we stumped this girl.
Yeah.
Something
Could
I'm
be
glad
food.
I tried.
Yeah, it could be food. It could be, like, an act. Or...
An experience.
I know, I've got one. I'm just trying to think of the right way to phrase it.
Oh.
Something I'm glad I tried but will never try again is to like navigate my mental health on my own.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I think
Ooh, that is a good
I
one.
had to learn the hard way that like I'm not as strong as I think I am and that I will need to ask for help and it is okay to ask for help and to be like cognizant of like things going on that I can't just ignore them. And so like I tried to do that on my own, and I'm glad I did, because I know like that's how I learned that that does not work for me.
That's a real
There
good
you
answer.
That's a good one. Good answer.
Yeah. Go Stephanie.
Thanks.
And good that like you figured that out too. Not just good that you came up with an answer for this question.
Yeah.
And like it was really nice to be there with you, like along for the ride with that, and like see that happen and see you grow from that.
Yeah. There were some tough times in there.
This question's weird.
Bring it.
When people come to you for help, if and when people come to you for help, what do they usually want help with?
Planning
Either
a Disney
like
trip.
Yeah, like travel advice, and booking flights.
All right.
Yeah, I think that's a big one. But also, I think people come to me when they want like an honest answer. Like you guys always say, like, I'll tell you what I think, even if it's not something you want to hear. But I think like that's how my mom always was. Like she didn't sugarcoat things, and I knew that she would always be like truthful with me.
That's like one of my favorite parts of you as a human.
Yeah, like I'll be honest with you. Cuz I don't want someone like lying to me and telling me what I want to hear all the time. I mean, sometimes it's nice, but that's not always the best thing.
When I know I'm looking at something like with a lot of bias, or if I feel that I'm overreacting, or like if I need an outside, honest, unbiased opinion, like that, yeah, you are the person that I'm gonna go to, because you're gonna if it's me, you're gonna call me on my shit, and if it's not, like I know it's not just you validating me.
Yeah, I think I often try to like play devil's advocate and see things from other angles, and so like I'm like proud that I'm able to do that. That's something I like about myself, is that I really try not to be like too judgmental and see things from the other side. So I try to bring that to other people as best I can.
Unrelated, who is your favorite singer / artist / band? Which, I mean, not you don't have to answer all three, but like, what's your favorite musical thing, person, or persons?
Person or persons?
John Mellencamp is like a good go-to.
All right, I'll take
Yeah. I like old classic rock. And so his
Good
Pandora station brings up a good cycle.
So we just talked about you really like your own honesty and like being able to be honest. Is that your favorite quality about yourself? If it's not, what is your favorite quality about yourself?
So in college, we had to do one of those like Gallup Strength Finders things. I don't know if you guys have ever done this, where you like take this long survey, and then it tells you like your top strengths, like what you use like every day and in your decision making and who you are and working with others. And my top strength is strategic thinking. And I've always been like kind of proud of that. Like where other people have trouble like finding solutions, I feel like I can usually find a solution to a lot of
I
problems.
totally agree with that.
Yeah, 100%.
You're like one of the most like logical
Yeah.
people that I know.
Yeah, like I feel like
And I
people,
mean that
like,
in a very good way.
yeah, like people call me like, "Oh, I got this problem." I'm like, "Just do this." There you go. And it just like it comes naturally, and so I feel very like lucky that I really like that about myself. That's something that I'm kind of proud of. Yeah, and I like it, and I feel good when I like come up with these solutions. So makes me feel good about myself, and I like it about myself. It sounds really cocky.
But it's true.
It doesn't sound cocky. It's true.
It was proven. I got a test back, and that's what it said. My top strength is okay. But I like that it's my top strength, is what I'm saying.
What is something that you like to do the old-fashioned way?
Make cookie dough. So my grandma's recipe,
Ooh, yes.
we've been making like my grandma's cookie recipe. And I don't know, like one year my mom went out and she was like, I'm going to go buy a KitchenAid. It's going to make everything like so much faster. But there's something, so like sometimes we make the dough in that, but there's something to be said for like laying all the ingredients like out on the counter, making a little like volcano with the flour and like getting all of the egg yolks like in between your fingers as you like mix it all together. And I don't know if they actually taste better, but I always think they taste better when we mix it by hand.
What is your favorite movie?
Remember the Titans.
Yes, I love that.
That was,
didn't
I think that's been like
expect
the
that.
first one I didn't need to think about. Like that was like, yes, I
Wow.
knew this one.
Nice.
That movie.
Okay, well, what is your go-to song or album when you're having a bad day?
Lately it's been Taylor Swift's Lover.
I knew you
It's
were going to say
so
that.
good.
It's a pretty
I'm not
good-
even like,
I don't like her at all. I like that.
right.
That's a
I'm not
good
like
album.
the biggest. Like I was a fan like when we were like in middle school and high school and everyone was like obsessed with her. I was too. But I don't know. This album is just like, it's so good. And I'm not crazy about her, but it's got like peaks and valleys and it just speaks to you. Whatever,
Very
like
good.
whatever you're feeling, it's good. So that's been my go-to lately.
What is something, or what are you interested in that most people haven't heard of?
Trying to look around my room.
I've just forgotten everything I've ever been interested in.
I was listening to the one we did for your birthday, and you were like, I forgot every animal.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't know any animals. Yeah.
I don't know. What am I interested in?
Kind of hard, because I don't know what I would say either.
Yeah, I don't know what I would say.
Sharks?
Sharks?
I really like sharks. Yeah. I don't know if people know that about me. Like the number one thing on my bucket list was to go swimming with sharks because in my AP environment class, we watched this video called Shark Water. It's a documentary all about sharks and how like they're being overfished and how important sharks are to the ecosystem and to the planet. And it was like life changing. And so all I wanted to do is swim with sharks, like not cage dive because I don't like the idea of like chumming the waters and making sharks.
That just doesn't seem safe.
Yeah, right? Because then you're like trapped in a cage. So in Hawaii, my brother and I went and found this boat that would take us out and like drop us off and let us go swimming with sharks. And it was amazing. Oh, it was so cool.
Yeah, I didn't know that about you because
Yeah, I didn't
I
know
love
that.
sharks as well, and that's also been in the top of my bucket list.
Oh my God, it was
Yeah.
amazing. So
Wow,
we like,
okay,
yeah,
look at me learning stuff.
we like drove out to the middle of nowhere and like the captain just like spun the motors and like that like drew the attention of like all of these sharks because they knew it's like a what do they call it? It's a gathering place for the sharks. So they go and they like spin the motors and they're like, oh, what's that? And they all like as soon as we got there, they like all came up. And on the boat right out there, there's like a marine biology intern telling you all about the sharks. And he's like, well, they're apex predators and they like establish their dominance by like swimming on top of one another. So you're like, you get in the water and you like see one coming up and you're like, okay, you're like a top predator there. And then you see one swim on top of it and you're like, okay, you're like the big guy on campus. And you see one swimming higher than him and you're like, okay now, buddy. And they tell you to like make eye contact with them. So like stare them down and go, I see you, shark. I see you. I know you see me. I see you. Don't mess with me. I got you. You can't sneak up on me. So the whole time you're just like in the water being like, I see you. I see you. I see you. I see you. You're swimming higher. You're swimming higher. Oh, you're getting close. I see you. I make eye. It was crazy. It was so cool. It was amazing.
Also, I'm so glad that we have our like video cameras on because just watching you do that was hilarious.
It was an hour in the water and like the swells were like the boat was rising like and falling like maybe like 5 feet. So it was like an hour of like you hanging onto a rope on the side of the boat and like you're just like rocking up and down being like, I'm terrified, but this is also the coolest thing I've ever done. And it was, oh my God, it was amazing. It was so cool. Yeah, so we went with Ocean Ramsey's group on Oahu and it was really cool. So if you're ever there and you want to go swim with sharks, would recommend.
That's really
Life
cool.
highlight. Yeah.
What is something you think everyone should do at least once in their lives?
Swim with sharks.
No, I don't think everyone should do that because I think like I can pick like when we went to Hawaii with a big like group of our family, and like me and my brother invited everyone to come with us. Everyone politely declined. We were like, that's probably for the best. That is not something you should be doing if you're like nervous about it. You should not get in the water with a shark.
No.
Something everyone should do once. I think travel outside the country. I think in America, like I know there's like a lot of stuff between like oh, when you travel outside the states, you can get a lot of experience too. But there's something about interacting with people who live in a different country, under a different government, under like a different set of norms, and creating an understanding between you, like learning from them and them learning and like teaching them, learning from each other. It's really special. And I think that's something everyone should do once in their life. Even if it's Canada, Mexico, somewhere close, Bahamas. Get outside the country. Expand your mind.
What is something that people are obsessed with, but you don't get the point of?
That like, what is,
Huh?
that like thing where people tap on the microphones?
Oh, ASMR?
Yeah. Or
I
like
totally agree
YouTube
with you.
videos of like watching people eat, like these tiny little Chinese girls just like scarfing down boxes of pizza. I don't get that either. Like weird YouTube videos. I don't get it.
I also do not get ASMR. I do not like it.
Mm-mm.
No.
I love it.
Ugh.
So what is the
No,
appeal
thank you.
for you? Like why?
I'm very, like, you know, some people are, like, really tactile. I'm very, like, sounds are my thing. Like, I associate memories with sounds. I associate, like, that's a big sensory thing for me. So I really detailed, small sounds. I like that. It's not, some people it's like nails on a chalkboard, but, like, I like it.
Like in your free
It's making
time,
me
you'll go like look up these videos and be like, I just want to hear some sounds, man.
No, I use them to like relax and fall asleep. Like if I'm working on something, I'll use it as background noise, or if I like absolutely I cannot sleep at all. If I've had like caffeine past 3:00 and I can't sleep, I'll put one of those on and just fall asleep to it.
Fascinating.
I'm glad there are people like you in the world because I do not believe that I'm one of those.
I think it's like a cilantro thing. You know, like you either love it or you
Yeah.
fucking hate it.
I love it.
Yeah, I can't stand cilantro.
Oh, I just
I've
put it
grown
all
to
over
like
my
cilantro.
dinner.
I like it.
Yeah.
I
I
can
like
do
it.
cilantro.
I put it all.
It's cilantro. No.
You don't like
honey,
it?
I put it all over my dinner.
Because Katie,
Cilantro? Fuck no, I hate it. It tastes like
don't
shit.
you have like, you gave me a recipe that
No.
uses cilantro. Don't you
What?
use like cilantro, lime, rotel in that chicken thing?
Yeah, that one's not like. I think it's just fresh cilantro.
Oh,
fresh
all right.
cilantro. Yeah, if it's in like a canned thing, yeah, you really don't even taste it.
All right.
But if there's like salsa that has cilantro in it, forget about it. I cannot eat it.
So you hated my dinner tonight.
Yeah, I saw that cilantro on there and I was like, might as well just grab some fucking Dawn and just drizzle it.
Next question. No, just kidding. Where is the most interesting place that you've been to?
You've been so many places.
Cambodia. Yeah. I did not learn a lot about Cambodia in like history class. I think my first exposure to it was when they were like establishing the new 7 wonders of the world, and Angkor Wat earned a place. It's this giant, beautiful temple. It takes acres. It's acres and acres of land, and there's lots of different temples on this property. And I knew I wanted to see it. That was like learning about like the new 7 wonders of the world. I remember it being on like Good Morning America, and that was like a real like formative part of my life. Like I knew I wanted to see these 7 things and travel the world and see these crazy places that I never knew existed before. And so Angkor Wat was one of them. So it's always been on like the list of places I wanted to go. But other than that, I knew nothing about the country. And they've had a lot of genocide and in pretty recent history. And it was shocking to learn about. And like I did a tour about a year ago, and we spent a good amount of time like focusing on that and like learning about like why these people are the way that they are, and being fascinated about how kind they are to one another when like in recent memory these people were murdering each other. And it's a fascinating culture, and the people were so lovely to us. And the temples were beautiful, and the beaches were beautiful, but there's a very dark history there, and it was really, really interesting.
What is the luckiest thing that has happened to you? I mean, getting put in an apartment with us, I mean, like
Totally.
That's probably the best damn thing.
Oh my God, yes. Yeah, so I chose like my freshman year college roommate. Like we had like found each other in a Facebook group, and we had chose each other. And like we had a lot of things in common, but by like the end of the year, we were not on good terms, and I don't even really remember why. I think a lot of it had to do with like me not being a morning person. And she was like, "You don't talk to me when we wake up." And I was like, "I don't talk to anybody. It's not like personal." Anyway, so when I went to the college program, I was like, I'm going to leave it up to fate. Like I am not choosing my roommate. Like I will just end up where I end up, so I can be like mad at God instead of like mad at myself for doing this to myself. So I went down there and I just hopped in line and said, "I'd like to live in Chatham." And they said, "Chatham's full." And I went, "Okay, I don't want to live in Vista Way because I've heard horror stories of the things that go on in that hot tub. I'll take Patterson." And they were like, "Okay, do you want a 3-bedroom or a 4-bedroom?" And I was like, 4-bedroom seems like a lot of girls. So let's do 3-bedroom. And they said, "Okay, you're in 14102. And I was lucky enough to be with these 3 ladies. That is the luckiest thing.
Yeah, that was incredibly lucky because we had picked Kelly and Janetta and left the other room up to fate.
Ta-da!
And
But we
it
technically...
could have been real bad. It could have been
I mean,
real
hell,
bad.
we didn't know Kelly and Janetta either, so that could have been bad too.
Yeah.
That's true, but at least like it was again like you said, it was one of those like we had no one but ourselves to blame if we ended up not liking Kelly or
Yeah.
Janetta.
Which is not the
Which
case.
of course we ended up loving them both, but yeah, your room was like the wild card, and
Your roommate
I
was
do
the
think
wild
it's-
card. Let's
Yeah,
be
your
honest
roommate was the
here.
wild card.
Yeah, that was weird.
I do think that we got so lucky in getting you as a roommate because you fit in so well with us, and we just love you so
Oh
much.
my God.
We're gross. People are going to turn this shit off.
I know. Okay, yeah, let's stop. What's your biggest pet peeve? Talk about something that pisses you off.
When people stay in the left lane, there are signs
Oh
all
my God.
over
Yes.
that
My
say,
God.
"Keep right, except to pass."
Yes.
And nobody listens to it. They just ignore it. Like it's a choice. No, it is not. You are passing no one. Move the hell over.
Yeah. Ooh, feel you on that one for sure.
And like we have a lot of lanes in New Jersey. Like we're a highly populated state, lots of people on the road. All the highways have like at least 3 lanes. So I get it if you don't want to be in the right one. Kind of. You're supposed to be in the right one. But like there's a lot of merging. There's a lot of exits. So I kind of get it. It's kind of annoying. So people just sit in the middle lane. Annoying. But if you sit in that left lane,
I wish y'all could see her face.
there are
Yeah, no, I
there's
wish y'all could
no
see her face
reason.
too.
Girl is mad.
Move the hell over. Yeah, I'm going 10 miles over the speed limit in the right lane. I'm like, this is not there's nobody in the right lane. No one in the right lane. It's so stupid.
Totally opposite ends of the spectrum here. But what is the last movie that you saw?
I watched Big Hero 6 last night.
Yeah. I watched it on Sunday.
Was that the last thing you watched on Disney Plus, which is the next question?
Yes, it is.
All right.
2 birds.
for
Let's
one.
go.
In theaters, it was 1917.
So what quirky things do people do where you are from?
Driving the
New
left
Jersey
lane.
quirk?
Well, we have what's called the Jersey Circle. You guys, you were here. Do you remember this? So like, we don't really make like left turns.
Oh, yeah.
So fucking stupid.
That was the worst.
Hate it.
I literally, every time there's a conversation and weird traffic things get brought up, I'm like, well, y'all need to go to New Jersey, where you take a right to make a left.
Yeah. So like we have like on like a 3-lane highway, not like a big highway, but like a little highway. There's not like a left turn lane because that would slow things down. So instead, you get in the right lane and you make like a circle so that you end up perpendicular. So you go to the right to make a left.
It's weird.
It works.
So, like, if you're not from there
Don't
and
drive.
you have to do it, it's like, what the
Yeah, you'd be
actual
passing
fuck?
up a lot of streets or driving into oncoming traffic.
I
Yeah, so
forgot
that's
about that,
something
but
we
now
do.
I remember that. That was so
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah.
Weird.
We eat lox on our bagels. I don't know if people do that all throughout the country.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Is it?
do.
I think it's like
you
it's like a
also
Jewish thing.
Don't pump your own gas.
Oh yeah, we don't pump our own
Oh, yeah.
gas.
Yeah, that's weird.
Oh, yeah, that is weird.
It's lovely in the winter when you don't have to
Oh,
get
I'm
out of your
sure.
Mm-hmm. It's kind of annoying when there's a line and you have to like wait for someone. You're like, I could have been out of here by now. But it's a job. It helps like employment in the state. Like
True,
if
true.
a lot of people would go unemployed if they took the law out. So
Who or where would you haunt if you were a ghost?
it's a haunted mansion.
Right.
Yeah. In the Magic Kingdom. I think there's probably too many ghosts in Disneyland. I would go to the Magic Kingdom. I'd haunt that one.
What is your favorite color?
Yellow. It's happy and bright
Yeah.
and sunny.
Okay, so this next one is a 3-parter.
Whoa.
So I'm just going to ask you all.
Okay.
The first part, if you could be a Disney character, who would you be and why?
It's a 2-parter, isn't it?
It's
No, you keep
3-parter.
going.
Oh, there's more?
Yeah, there's more to this
Oh, yeah.
question.
Yeah, you're going to answer it in parts.
Oh,
If you could be a
okay.
Disney character,
Okay.
who would you
Oh,
be
I
and why?
gotcha. There are so many.
Just was a good question.
They all go through some sort of like turmoil.
Yeah, that's what makes a movie.
Yeah. Well, I'm thinking of all of like the main characters too, but I guess you could be like a side character who's never had anything bad happen to them.
Somebody's like, I just don't want to have to like
Deal with anything.
fight some demon.
Yeah, I don't really want to be like in charge. Maybe Ariel. She's got a pretty cool gig. She's got a lovely home, gorgeous husband. But she's not like,
A beautiful dog.
yeah, she's not like in charge. She just gets to like reap the benefits. She's a great swimmer. Yeah.
Great swimmer.
Okay, so same question,
Mhm.
but a non-Disney character. Any non-Disney character, who would you be?
Hermione.
Oh, yeah.
You're totally
Yeah, you
Hermione.
Hermione.
I'd want to be the smartest witch of my time.
Okay, so which Disney character would you marry?
Clearly, Eric. If she just
Well, that was like full picture. If I just had to pick someone,
This is just
get
you,
hitched to.
Stephanie,
gets to marry any Disney character.
Marvel's a part of Disney.
Yeah, any if it's considered Disney.
Captain America.
I knew you were gonna say it.
Yeah, I love me
I was
some
like, she's
Captain
gonna say
America.
Steve Rogers.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yes. Thanks, Kelly. Appreciate that.
You're welcome. I was like, I gotta give this girl a hint.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
what is? Guess who came up with this question? What is your favorite Star Wars movie or TV show?
I really liked The Force Awakens. Just thought it was like a really fresh and fun revival of what had gone dark. I really liked Clone Wars, the show, out of like all the cartoony shows. But I'm obsessed with the bounty hunter droid from The Mandalorian.
Mm.
He's cool, man.
He was funny. I liked him too.
Guess who did not come up with this?
That was Katie's question, right?
What's your favorite Harry Potter movie or book?
Book is Order of the Phoenix. Goblet of Fire is my favorite movie.
What is your favorite Marvel movie?
Ooh, this is tough.
Came up with this question too.
I mean, it's hard to compete with like the first and the original that like kickstarted it all. But then you had a lovely bookend on the other end too. There are some great ones in the middle. I'll go with Endgame.
It's a good choice.
It just
A sad choice, but a good choice.
yeah. Oh, it was just good. It was like everything I wanted it to be, but more.
Yeah.
It was good. And you had like, it was like such a big payoff for like watching all of the other ones. Like all of those hours that you would put in, like when all of the characters show up, you were like, yeah, I get this. Like I know what's going on. Like I'm in it. I'm in on the joke. I'm in on, yeah. And I like that. I like getting rewarded for my work. So that was good.
What is your favorite and least favorite Walt Disney World attraction?
Favorite is Haunted Mansion. Least favorite is Stitch's Great Escape.
Yep.
Yuck.
The worst.
Yeah.
I'm gonna make this one a two-parter. What's your favorite Disney bathroom and your favorite non-Disney bathroom?
Favorite Disney bathroom is overall Norway. I went in it a couple weeks ago and I was like, this is wonderful. This is beautiful. This was perfect. So clean, so themed, so fresh. It was great. And empty. And very empty. It was wonderful. Oh, the Minneapolis airports have been awarded like best airport bathroom or best bathroom in the country. I don't know. They are amazing. So the stalls are like extra wide and the door, like it gives you like space for you to bring in your suitcase and close the door behind you. So you're not like rubbing up against the toilet to do so. And then there's like a little cutout for you to like move your suitcase to the side. Like, and so the way that the stalls are like staggered, everybody gets like a little like room to put their suitcase. And then the sinks are lovely. Everything about it. They're wonderful. Minneapolis Airport. Nice. Beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, that's it. Goodbye.
No, but okay. That's all we have for now. Anything else you want to add? Do you want to tell the people anything?
We asked Katie this too, and she was like, no. And I was like, really?
Yeah.
But
No.
I feel like you learned a lot about me.
I learned a lot about
Yeah.
you.
I love
And I
these.
feel like I know you pretty well.
Yeah. I really enjoy these like interview things. I think they're really cool.
They seem cheesy and very uncomfortable, but
Yeah.
I kind of like them.
Yeah.
I like listening to Katie's. I don't know if I like this one, but I like Katie's. Well, I'm an open book, so if anyone wants to know anything else about me, feel free to email us at spillingthemadtea.
Boom.
You can follow us on Instagram and ask us questions about ourselves at any time at Spilling the Mad Tea.
Yeah, you can also follow us on Twitter. I don't know anything about Twitter, but you can follow us there at Spilling Mad Tea.
And then you can also like us on Facebook. We are Spilling the Mad Tea on Facebook, and we also have a lovely Facebook group. And you can search Spilling the Mad Tea podcast, and that's really fun. And we post lots of things. And also, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe on whatever podcast platform you are listening to us on right now.
Yes. And tell Stephanie happy birthday.
Yeah,
Aw.
do that.
Happy birthday, Steph.
Thanks.
Happy birthday.